Hey students, Mr. LeBlanc here to talk to you about the next basically 2 weeks worth of an interdisciplinary project between my social studies class and your art class. So basically it's a two-part project that's going to be broken down into three different steps. So the project you're going to be working on it's about muckrakers and the progressive era and turn of the century and basically improving the society upon which you live in today. So you're going to take what you know about muckrakers, you're going to modify it, and you're going to make it about today's like 21st century problems. You're also going to be having an art component to this where you're going to basically create your own collage that signifies and explains your viewpoint on the problem. So let's dive in. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it is. So first off, the first step is you're going to dive into Mozilla Hubs. You're going to basically do a gallery walk where you're going to learn about 5 specific muckrakers during the early 1900s. As you're walking around exploring, openly discuss ideas about what you might want to do your project on, things that are happening in today's world that you're living in. It could be world hunger, it could be race relations, it could be gender equality, it could be rise of poverty. There's a lot of different things that it could be about. And discuss those ideas with your colleagues and your classmates while you're in Mozilla Hubs. So, if you're reading about Jacob Riis, maybe you want to, talk about how he wrote a book, or maybe you want to do Ida B. Wells. You want to be more like that. Like, there are different approaches to being a muckraker, and, you have to find one that suits your personality the best. So think about those, discuss them, and as you're learning about turn of the century muckrakers, you want to be thinking about what problems you see today that you might find a deeper meaning in wanting to explore. So again, this interdisciplinary project is broken up into 3 sections. So the first one is a synchronous portion where we're going to be together on Mozilla Hub. So I will be there, your classmates will be there. That's going to be the gallery walk portion where you're going to basically go in, you're going to look at different sources that discuss different muckrakers from the turn of the 20th century. And that's where you're going to collaborate. So that's basically everything that I've just talked about. The asynchronous portion is going to be your independent. So you're going to use Google Scholars, and you're basically going to research a modern day problem or something that is impacting society today. I can help you find resource materials if you want. And you're going to write a news broadcast. So you are a muckraker. Instead of writing a book, instead of writing in a magazine, you're going to present as if you were a news broadcaster. So in front of a camera or in front of an audience live. And you're going to discuss your problem. And you're going to basically shine the light, right? So just like a muckraker, you're going to shine the light on the problem. And, you really want to know your topic. So make sure that you're prepared to answer any questions that your classmates might have. You're going to post that asynchronous portion, or your rough draft, we'll call it, on Canvas. So there's going to be a discussion board. You're going to post that rough draft there. That is where I'm going to give you your feedback. You're also supposed to comment on 2 other classmates. So 2 other classmates should comment on yours. And you're going to want to incorporate both my feedback and your classmates' feedback for your final presentation, we'll call it. The second portion of the asynchronous is obviously, let's say I'm doing world hunger. Not only am I writing the news broadcast, but I'm also creating a collage that signifies or symbolizes what world hunger, the problem of world hunger is, or how it's impacting society in my perspective after doing my research. Your collage is also going to be part of your presentation, and students can also ask you about that. So again, you really want to know all of your facts and be very firm and set when you are ready to present. And that's going to be the synchronous. That's when we start transitioning back into school. It's coming in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. So this is really going to be like the end all for us to start transitioning us out of the progressive era and into the new unit. We're going to end with our news broadcast. So you're going to present to your classmates, to your peers. You're going to read your news broadcast, and you're going to discuss your collage, and then you're going to open up to questions. Just, you want to educate the class. Maybe, what you did your research on, the class might not know, so you really want to know all of your facts and be prepared for that aspect. So again, this is just a little bit more. So you're going to research the issue, how it's affecting society, create the news broadcast, or like an expose, and exposes the issue. Students are going to post the rough draft in Canvas. So you're going to see in your Canvas page, I've already set up a Muckrakers project and the discussion board. You're just going to go to, 8th grade history. You're going to click on it, and there's the discussion board. The comments are important. So when it comes down to the grading, which you're going to see in a moment, you're graded on the fact that you gave constructive criticism and that you modified your draft to incorporate the needed changes that I gave you and your teammates or peers gave you. So this is part of the grading. You do have to modify your draft. And then obviously the presentation is also part of it, as well as the authenticity. Copy of the rubric. That's going to be linked in on Mr. LeBlanc's page. You can definitely dive in and take a look at that. Now, there are two parts to the rubric. So obviously you have the authentic work, which is 40 points, and then you incorporated the feedback. That's the I shouldn't say authentic work. I'm sorry. That should be like the individual reflection. We'll call it reflection work. So the total history grade is going to be 50 points. However, don't forget about the collage. So the collage is going to be a 100-point art grade. Miss Macherio is doing a 100-point art grade for that. I'm taking an average 50 points from that. So let's say you get 100. I'm going to give you 50 additional points, so that's 100. If you get an 80 on the art project, I'm going to give you 40 points. So I'm just going to do the multiple of whatever your art grade is, and I'm going to add that onto your history grade so that they are equal parts. The writing portion is 50, the collage is another 50. And again, like interdisciplinary means like you should be graded on both. If you're doing the work, I want to make sure you're getting the grade, and I am going to include that as your history aspect as long as you can, openly discuss it to the class. So at that point, I think I did cover everything. All the links are updated on my Mr. LeBlanc's site page. If you have questions, you can email me. You can reach out to us, either of us. And again, I look forward to hearing it, and I look forward to seeing you in the Mozilla Hubs page for the discussion. Remember, discussion is really important. The collaboration really going to help you get some ideas. So definitely, please utilize that. I know like a lot of people don't like to talk. But listen, once you start talking, it's going to be fine. So, you know what? I'll start talking first, and I'll help guide it, and then y'all can take over. All right? Everybody have a great rest of the day, and if you have questions, let me know.